Okay, shalom, shalom, kwam yasha'Allah, koholoim la Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Brakahachadash. Double honors to our apostles, elders of Great Millstone, who well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the waters for the Akim and Ahwaf, that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai to the best of their ability. This is Yachanan Nawach. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And just wanted to just speak on if you've been paying attention, the New START treaty, between Russia and America. I think it ended at midnight. And, of course, you got the UN chairman and all these other people, trying to get them to come together to pretty much overall make another deal. Because this is the first time in 50 years. So this is, pretty serious shit when it comes to these nuclear arms. And it's got to do with these Edomites. Because these Edomites are the top ones with the most weapons as far as nuclear weapons in the world. Between the two nations of Russia, which are Edomites, and America, which are Edomites. And then next you have, like, in line, China, maybe India, Pakistan or some to that extent, but mainly the top ones. And the reason why these other nations have to have that technology is because they understand that, hey, we got to do this, or other than that, these so-called white people, these Edomites, that's the biblical name for them, they're going to come in, they're going to trample our country, they're going to come in and slave us, because they understand what they've done to all the other nations. Don't think that China trusts America just because they make deals with them. They make little trade deals and do certain things with them, but they don't trust. They actually have the mindset of what the scriptures actually says, never trust thine enemy, because they know that America, these Edomites, are enemies. They don't even trust Russia, even though they're dealing with them, because Russia is a different tribe, you know what I'm saying, of those Edomites. Different cut, they got a little bit more, I would say integrity, for lack of better terms, but you know what I'm saying, they're all Edomites, and none of them are never to be trusted. But that's the reason why these other nations have gotten up on their military game. And that's where all the money is going in the world. Think about the trillions amongst all these nations. America itself spends, in the trillions just by itself with just upgrading military shit. So just think if all these nations, I think it's like almost 200 countries or so in the world. Just think if all these nations got together and actually put some of that money towards peace, man. But they're not, because Esau, Edom, that red horse, he was created to take peace from the earth. This man, he's going to live by that sword. He's going to die by that sword. So again, the new START treaty ended at midnight. 50 years. This is the first time in 50 years. And again, they're trying to, they want to sit down. China is involved as well. The U.S. want China to put something on the table as well, like get rid of, or stop manufacturing your weapons or something to that extent. I'm going to have to look into it a little further. I was checking that out yesterday. But it's something to the extent of, they want China to be involved, as far as like backscaling their arsenal, so to speak. And China like, fuck nah. They like, nah, we ain't gonna have nothing to do with that deal. Overall, they like, nah. So that's what the U.S. wants. But China like, nope, it's not gonna happen. You and Russia work things out. You know what I'm saying? Because again, those Chinese, they understand. They know that because they understand and know that these Babylonians, these Edomites here in America, they don't keep treaties. That's one thing about these Americans. They are notorious for breaking agreements, man. They don't keep agreements. You see? They don't keep no agreements. You fuck around and you stop making your weapons, and next thing you know, this man bombing you. It just is what it is. But that's Matthew 24:4, where it talks about in fact, I'm at this light. I got this other phone. I might be able to go into some scriptures. But I mean, the roughly paraphrase in Matthew 24, where Yahweh Shai, he spoke of wars, rumors of wars. me see here. I did have the Bible in this. This is my little work phone. Okay, yeah, we do got one up. And actually got the new Good News translation. Anyway, though, I'm driving though. So, but yeah, the Lord, he spoke of the disciples asked him what will be happening in the end days before he comes, or the end of this age, what's going to be the end of this world. And a few things that the Lord mentioned was, wars, rumors of wars, pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places, plagues, basically uproars of the people would be happening. Verse 12 goes into because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. You got all these weirdos out here just deleting their family members in the worst way. Some on camera, on the news, just with cameras out, being filmed. And a lot of people have become immune to a lot of that stuff. They just like, another one. Nah, it is what it is. But those wars, rumors of wars are one of the main things the Lord spoke on. Kingdom against kingdom. City against city. You're going to have, civil war, race wars. Just a society just coming at each other's throat. Because this place is divided. You got a lot of divisiveness. That's also another indicator that this place is about to come to an end as well. In Matthew 12 and 25, where it talks about a house divided or a nation divided cannot stand. A house divided is splintered. It can't stand. Can two walk together unless they be agreed? At Amos 3 and 3. And these people don't agree on nothing. Nothing. And that's cool because everybody got a mindset, you know what I'm saying? But the thing of it is these people want to kill you if you don't agree with them. That's the crazy part. They can't just be like, oh, well, you know what? Let's agree to disagree. They can't do that. You know what I'm saying? They're like, no, you're going to fucking believe what I believe, and that's that. If you don't believe it, I'm going to knock your ass off. And that's the mindset of these Americans, man. These, red states, blue states. And Trump, shit, it might not be no damn midterms. It might not even be no elections, man. This dude, he's talking about sending ICE to the polls. So you have these ICE agents. They just going to be grabbing people up, ruffling people up. You so-called blacks, you take and it's about the so-called Hispanics or whatever. Latinos, Dominican. Your ass look like you are part of that race. You look like you one of those particular Israelites. Your ass is getting picked up. And you so-called blacks, they going to scoop your ass too. So it's really a scare tactic to keep you from going to the polls, in which that shit is, is all fucked up and wicked as hell anyway. Because look at who's in office right now. Look who's the president. You got the president that his name then popped up damn near 10,000 times in these Jeffrey Epstein files, man, with all manner of wickedness that is being said about this man. While he's talking about, matter of fact, he was talking about I seen it kind of like on the news ticker. They kind of made it like main news, with him talking about, oh, let's get past these Epstein files. Let's move on to something else like healthcare. Like, nah, motherfuckers want to know, nah. Your name being mentioned too many times, and your name is being mentioned in the worst way, buddy. Straight up. These people not getting away from that. And seeing the news is just like the worldwide shit of it. Because see, these so-called white people in these other countries, they being ousted. They leaving office. They like, well, I apologize. This, that. They saving face. They like, nah, you know what? Let me just not even bring any more disgrace to the office. This bullshit. Because that Prince Andrew guy, he was on some shit. It's a bunch of leaders, man. That was on worldwide. This guy's dealing worldwide with the nasties, man. They talking about eating kids, all kinds. So it's really no telling what Trump is going to do next, because every time those Epstein files have popped up, there's always been some chaos in some type of way. Now all of a sudden you got the R. Kelly chick, she in her damn 40s talking about being peed on back in the day. It's like, where was you at before? And look at all that time they spent on Diddy. Shit, they got documentaries on Diddy. There's all TMZ got films, all kinds of. There's on Diddy ass, the trial, you know what I'm saying? You still ain't seen Diddy You know what I'm saying? But they was on his ass. Diddy this, Diddy that. Baby oil this, baby oil that. They kept that shit rotating. But when it comes to Trump, you get these leaders, especially these American ones, they don't have nothing to say. But Trump, he want that shit gone. But anyway, you know, the point that I wanted to make was with the military shit, though. You know what's going on with because supposedly Iran, America supposedly shot down a drone that was supposedly been headed towards the I can't think of the name of that Navy ship, that ship that's out there. They sent over there, which, you know, these fucking Babylonians won't mind their business, and they doing all that shit, you know, for those Israelis, man. Which the scripture talks about how the least of the flock shall draw them out. So eventually, it's gonna all come to a full head, man. But they can try, you know, and work a treaty out all they want to. That third war is coming. That Revelation 11 and 14, hey, that third world's woe, that World War III is going to pop because it's prophetic for it to happen. And there's nothing that these leaders can do to stop it, man, even though they're going to try to. Even Trump said that there won't be no World War III. You know, prideful as hell, haughty as hell. Like, motherfucker, you don't know what's going to happen in the next 10 minutes. You talking about. And you won't mind your business, so of course there's going to be a World War III. But the Lord said it. That's prophecy. It's going to come to pass. The Lord's word will not return unto him void, man. That's going to come to pass. So they can put together all the treaties that they want, because it's prophetic that Russia is going to play a huge part in the destruction of America, man. The real lake of fire is going to be this landmass. Russia plays a huge part in that. The allies of America are coming up against America. Look at how they came together against America when it came to Greenland. You don't hear Trump talking about no damn Greenland now. He backed the fuck off. Matter of fact, I think they're supposed to be taking like 700 or so of those ICE agents out of Minnesota as of yesterday or whatever they claiming. But you know, because he's seeing that it's not going well for him. He's not doing well in the polls, not even amongst his own, you know, people, when it comes to what's going on, man, with these ICE raids and shit. Because this man, because see, now these red states, these Republicans, they're starting to see that this man is trampling on the Constitution, and they wasn't expecting that. See, they was expecting. See, they liked ICE going in and ruffling up, you know what I'm saying, so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. But when it came down to, you know, okay, of course, this Renee Good chick getting shot in the face, so-called white woman. This guy, Pretty or whatever the fuck his name, he got blasted in midday time on TV. All them cameras is out. So he had to, you know, send out Holman or whatever his name is. You know, they kind of ditched on Kristi Noem, got her ass from out there, the little ICE Barbie bitch. So he had to go out there and clean that shit up because it wasn't a good look. Now they want these guys, you know, they coming up with these bills where these guys can't wear masks. They gotta wear you know, body cams and shit. And that shit not gonna make no difference because these people are not being trained. They just given a uniform, like being a damn security guard at a fucking Walmart or something. Give you a uniform. And you get to have a gun, and you just go and pick people up that look like they might be from somewhere else. You hear their accent. Oh, what accent is that? Where are you from? Are you legal to be here? And these Edomites, man, they done lost their damn minds with that shit. You seeing all types of little shorts on YouTube, shorts on TikTok, and that's the reason why they're trying to, you know, they done got their hands on that TikTok too. Because they was talking about with TikTok, when you bring up certain talking points, you know, as far as Trump or Israel or any of those things, the shit basically crashes on you, so to speak. So they're censoring. That's the reason why they wanted it. The reason why they wanted it was mainly because of Israel, because that's where the main gripe was with the Gaza shit. All those videos is going up as far as those Palestinians being treacherously and brutally deleted over there, man, with them kids and stuff, you know. So they wanted to get rid of that TikTok, man, and they finally got their hands on it. I think it's owned by one of Trump's homeboys. All Trump homeboys is in positions. You got the new guy that's running it. I think he's supposed to, the guy over the DOJ is supposed to be now the new Fed secretary, I think, or whatever that shit is. You know, over the damn the money, man. So they really about to crash that damn dollar. So we're not that far away, man, from, you know, microchipping going into place. They buying up these warehouses. You know, it's just so much information, man. It's lucky I'm kind of jumping all over the place with it, but I mean, hey, the Lord said to watch and pray. He said to measure thou the times diligently. When you start to see these things come to pass, you know, and we're starting to see these prophecies play out, it just is what it is, man. We have to warn the flock, you know, even though it may be repetitive. But, you know, hey, we're seeing stuff on a day-to-day basis. We have to report on it. Hey, Esau he's reporting day-to-day, which you have to filter through his shit. But we definitely had to be on top of our game as far, because hey, he's not stopping. Esau, he don't take no breaks. This motherfucker got think tanks up 24 hours a day, man, rotating in shifts. And that's the same way that the words of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going out through the men of the Lord, man. Because it'd be videos going up, man. You can wake up at 3 in the morning and there's a lie from somebody somewhere. Somebody doing something on this devil. Right? This man, he's the destroyer of the earth, man. The Lord said he's going to destroy those that destroy the earth. This man has completely destroyed this place, man. You can't get around it. You can't say that he's not the wicked. Everybody is starting to see it. He's starting to be called out. And another thing, too, is we know that we're at the end because he's being called out. That's a part of it, too. That's 2 Thessalonians 2:3. That man of sin, the man of lawlessness has to be revealed. I was just, you know, the Ak, he went into a video the day before yesterday, I think it was, going into this man calling all the damn deer, man, in certain areas. You know, just killing shit, man. And you know he's in control because he's the one that has the decision-making power to actually put something like that in place. Now we're going to kill this. We're going to kill this amount of animals. We're going to do this. We're going to, you know, put this fluoride in the water. We're going to, you know, this motherfucker is all over the place, man, but he's in control of the planet. He's the one that's in control of your food, your water, your way of life. And you can't say that he's not. He really is that Job 9:24 man. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not wearing, who is he? Because he's covering all the judges' faces, you know, and mainly, you know, the Father and the Son, Yahweh and Yahushua, which are the true names of the Father and Son. He gave you white God or white Jesus, white angels, white prophets, white everything in the damn movies is them supposedly being the righteous, when we can clearly see that they're the ones that's destroying the planet. But that's what a devil does. He deceives, man. That's what that word devil goes into. A deceiver, man. And we got to constantly stay on Esau's ass, man, and constantly call this man out. We have to constantly do that because that's a part of the work. Again, you know what I'm saying? It can get a little tedious because the scripture says, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, but we got to stick to it. You know, this work got to be done, man. Stay on Esau's ass. He needs to be called out. And the men of the Lord are the only ones that's really doing it, because you got these news networks, they done failed you American people. These damn news networks. Now you got Jeff Bezos. He's firing most of the staff at what's that he bought? I think, was it Washington Post? Well, I'm trying to think what he bought. He bought one of those news networks. This dude on that damn phone typing away. Anyway, I'm gonna end out though. I'm pretty much about at my destination. But yeah, man, gotta call Esau out, man. And I just been saving, you know, a little collage of stories on this guy. I'm just gonna maybe start just doing a series on this man, you know, because as you look at the news, if you're going through the news, you're scouring through the news, all you're gonna see is the most heinous shit being the most heinous crimes are being committed by Esau, the so-called white man. But then he want to throw Jake face out there when he commits a crime, as if he's the only one committing crimes, and that's another attribute of Esau. He's that accuser of the brethren, man. So that's why, you know, the Lord is on his ass right now. That shameful spewing is on him right now. His skirt is being lifted up. You know what I'm saying? He's being uncovered, so to speak, roughly paraphrasing, man. We gotta stay on his ass, man. So with that, I'm gonna end out. I pray that the lesson was edifying. Kwame Yasha Allah and a Bible ball.